Okay, this is my little video about my DIY filtration, which I have set up down there right now. So, quick little overview of what I've done. This is the spray bar. See? Painted with Plastex paint, that paint that bonds the plastic. Seems to be good. There's no smell. I've let it dry a long time before I put it in the water. See if I can get a shot of the holes that I've drilled in it. Really hard to see. Hard to see, but yeah, you get the idea. Alright, everybody does these overflow boxes. I've done something a little different. Works the same concept. You just have to start the siphon up a different way. I've made the same thing with a pipe, painted it, cut holes in it, and then at the top I've cut a hole in the back just under the water line, and that hole is exactly the same height from, or the same depth from the top of the water line where I keep the water line as the holes in the spray bar. So everything, there is no backflow whatsoever when the power goes out. To get that started, I use this hose right here. I put it down in the water, bring it up, and put it underneath this pipe. I take that cap off and I put the hose up on it, and it starts to siphon of water down to the filters. So, see if I can get more light on it here. So, what I do is I have the hose that goes down to, or the hose that goes to where I start the siphon has its own ball cock that I turn on and off. So I can turn that hose on and start the siphon with that hose. And I have a ball cock on the back of the spray bar. There's the back of the spray bar. And there's a ball cock on there which I can adjust how much the spray bar puts out. And there's a ball cock on the return line, siphon line, that I can adjust the siphon. But it as you can see, I've got it coming off to the other hose, to that one, and then the one actually obviously goes to the pump. So, trying to explain this as good as I can, but I have two shelf units. There were 3 drawer shelf units I got from Walmart, and I took the lid off one of them. And when you take the lid off, you can put the two together and now make a 6 drawer unit. So I've drilled the holes in all of them. I've changed the filter material before I started this video. It was really cruddy, and I wanted to have a nice clean filter in here, showing it working really good, the way it's supposed to work. But I have some filter pads in there with the active carbon. I have the filter material up here. I have holes drilled in all of the shelves, and 2 shelves. This is the filter material from my filter I had hanging on the back of the tank. So it has all the bacteria and stuff growing in it. So I laid it on top of the BioBall concept, using the pot scrubbers. I've got 2 of them in here, but you can't see the one because it's in the back. So I laid these on top of the pot scrubbers, so the bacteria and stuff transfers easier. It already is a up and running system. I don't have to keep the one hanging on the back of the filter for a while until this one establishes itself. So, and there's more pot scrubbers in the bottom. Hard to see, sorry. And then I have, in the way bottom one, I have rocks from the tank itself. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm eventually going to put those rocks and make that the shelf in between the two pot scrubbers. So there will be one set of pot scrubbers always underwater, and then I'll have the rocks above those, and then the pot scrubbers that are more of a rain-fed, you know, setup on top of the rocks. So the rocks will be in between the two. But right now the rocks are at the bottom. So that's that side. I cut a hole in the top of this. I've cut a slit in the top of this top here so that it holds the hose or the PVC pipe, whatever you want me to say. It holds the PVC pipe in place just in the middle of the shelf. But that's that side. And I've cut a slit in the top of this one lid so that it just is nice and clean. Keeps stuff from falling down in there. Helps with the evaporation a little bit. Just makes it, just cleans it up a little bit. Then in this side, I have, if I can get the light. This side I have the same setup. I've taken and put in another case here, another tub, and cut a slit in that lid for the hose and the wires to come through. And in that one I have the pump. That's a 200 gallon an hour pump, and I have a heater. The heater is down in there as well, feeding up to the tank, to the spray bar, so it heats the water down there, and I have the two connected by a pipe. And I know it looks like it's leaking right now, but I made a big mess with taking this lid off. It was dry, but I've made a big old wet mess now taking this lid off. But so this lid goes back on just like that. So it keeps everything clean. That's the air pump for the bubbles. So it keeps everything clean. I can put all my stuff on top and everything. I used to put it over here, and I used to have a towel sitting here, but it seems like the towel was somehow, water would seep. It would just collect water somehow, and the towel would get soaking wet, make everything soaking wet. So now I leave it over here, and I take and keep a towel for drying my hands and stuff. I put it over on that side. I know it's whatever. But I have aquarium salt, shrimp pellets, the aquarium salt, the Tetra food, testing kits, all kinds of blah blah bloody gunk. My net that I never use really because I don't have fish dying on me or nothing. And there's my ghosty again. I've changed the tank a little bit, moved things around. I'm tired of everything hiding under that cave I made. I mean, I know you gotta have a hiding place, but he's got a hiding place. I want to see him get out and do stuff. So I still have the moonlighting under there. I know it's just so hard to see. I wish it was easier to see. See, there's all the blue bubbles. That's the blue light coming off of my moonlighting. And at nighttime, it's just so hard to see. You can kind of see there's a tint of blue in there, but it works really good at nighttime when you want to see what's going on. But that's my tank. See, these are the lights. And that's my tank. Hope you enjoyed watching. I'll try and post more videos. Go ahead and ask questions. Tell me what you think. And that's my little guys. Well, it's a fun little hobby. It's becoming one at least. It's kind of obsessive. I know everybody gets obsessed over fish, but they're fun to watch. They have a lot of personality. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll try and post more as I go along. Bye.